Good morning, everybody. So today is the 20th, the 20th of June 2017, and yesterday was our IVF orientation. The orientation, I don't know, I wasn't disappointed or anything, but there was just no new information. Like, there was nothing in there that I didn't already learned from my own research. Basically, what I learned is the women that are in my cycle, in my cycle group, we're all going to continue with our birth control. I've been on birth control for I'm on my fifth. I'm actually in my sixth. Wait, I'm in my sixth week of birth control right now. So, gonna continue doing that. And sometime around the beginning of July, which is going to be in about 2 weeks, we should be getting a phone call to come in, to stop our birth control, come in, get our baseline ultrasound, and start our stems. So we'll stem for, I believe they said 10 to 14 days, just depending on how well people respond. And then from there, we'll do the trigger and the egg retrieval. They basically said that there's two protocols that they use. One protocol is where you do the gonadotropin on the stem, and an antagonist, which is to help prevent ovulation. And then then they do the retrieval, trigger retrieval, progesterone transfer. The only difference in the other cycle is they use a different type of hormone. I think they said Lupron or maybe Menopur. I don't know. They haven't given us our calendars yet, so I'm just going from memory. And it was a slideshow, and they didn't. I wish they had given us the slides. That would have been a lot more helpful, but they didn't. Anyway, it was a slideshow, and the only difference is how they prevent ovulation. The rest of the cycle will stay the same. So I'm excited. They gave us our consent packets. There was 2 different consents that we had to go through. The first one was to discuss what would happen with our embryos in the event of a death of myself or my husband or both of us, or in the event of a divorce. So that was just to say, okay, these are our embryos. If I die, he can do what he wants, or whatever, whatever our decisions were. We actually decided that if I die or disappear or become mentally incapacitated, our embryos would go to him to do whatever he chooses, whether it be to dispose of them, to donate them for research, or to use them to have a baby later down the line. And the same thing for me if something should happen to him. Then came the subject of, if both of us were to die or disappear or become mentally incapacitated, we both agreed that we didn't want to discard our embryos. The facility that we're using does not give us the option of donating them to a needy family, so we decided to donate them for research, so they could use them for training and research purposes. Basically, I'm gonna ask if it's a possibility that we could donate them to a needy family, a family that needs a donor embryo. To me, once the embryo is once the egg is fertilized, that is the beginning of life to me. So I don't want our embryos to be the life that we created. I don't want it to be wasted or just thrown away. I have issues with that. And donating for scientific purposes, I have issues with that too, but to me it's the lesser of the 2 choices that we had, the lesser of the 2 evils. So I'm going to talk to them and see about the possibility of donation to an actual infertile couple, so that they can at least, so that life could at least carry on. Maybe that's a possibility, maybe not. So that was the first packet. Oh, and we also decided that if we divorced, I would get the embryos. At first he was like, no, we're just going to discard them. And I was like, I made the argument that, first of all, I don't think we'll ever divorce, because I'll kill him first. No, I'm just playing. I don't think we'll ever divorce, because we do have a very strong friendship. But if it came to that, this could be, I'm 36 now, I'll be 37 in a couple months, and I'm getting older. This could be my last chance to become a mother. So I don't want to not have that opportunity. And he was talking about not wanting to do child support and all this other stuff, and I'm like, fine, we can have some sort of a separation agreement that releases you from any kind of responsibility if I do decide to use these embryos. But again, I don't think it'll come to that. We ended up laughing about it, and the decision was made that if we did separate or divorce, the embryos would stay with me, and that's fine, and I would use them even if we divorced. The second packet was basically to confirm our choice as far as what procedures we want to do. So, and it also explained each step of each procedure, and you have to initial each page to say that you understood everything. So the choices that we have are IVF, just straight IVF. So basically, you do your protocol, you do your egg retrieval, you do your transfer, and that's it. The second option was IVF with ICSI, which is the intracytoplasmal sperm injection, where they take the one healthy normal sperm and inject it directly into the healthy normal egg to increase the chances of fertilization. And then there's the option of doing a frozen embryo transfer. So you do the IVF, but you don't have a transfer until later down the line, which includes vitrification of your embryos, would allow for PGS testing, that kind of thing, or just saving them for future use, or like fertility preservation for people that have cancer, or different things. We chose ICSI, IVF with ICSI, because we have both female and male factor infertility. So it basically bypasses all the barriers from my body and from his body and gets straight to the goal of getting sperm to egg. So that's what we chose. We didn't finish that second packet because my husband, after like 15 minutes, he was just done, and I was like, okay, look, we'll just come back tomorrow and we'll revisit it, and we'll go through this whole thing and make sure we both are on the same page. It's good that I guess I didn't really think about all the different variables and how they could impact the decision. So I'm glad that packet was there for us to be able to go line by line and actually have the discussion to make sure that we're both on the same sheet. Excuse my hair wrap. I'm in the military, as you might be able to tell from this coyote brown shirt, and I just did PT, and my hair, I'm a little, how you sweat a little, so I'm just got my hair tied down because I straightened it this weekend, and I don't want my edges to revert, because I am natural, and the stuff I use to straighten my hair works wonderfully, but it's not magic. So enough about that. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to continue with the birth control. Couple things. Well, one thing that happened that I was a little bit nervous about was I started spotting on Monday. I didn't notice it until I got home. It was only when I wiped, it was kind of like pinkish, and I got nervous because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a breakthrough bleed. My body doesn't cooperate with certain things. Like if I take a trigger shot, I ovulate within like 12 hours, and just based off of me feeling the ovulation pain, and I feel like, even though I've been on birth control, I feel like I ovulated. I felt all my normal symptoms, and the spotting that I had is when I would have had my period. So I don't know, I'm just nervous about that. I'm nervous for my actual transfer cycle, that they won't be able to control my body and make it do what it's supposed to do. Because I definitely produce eggs normally. I've been pretty responsive to the stems that they've used for me, but triggering and timing the ovulation has been an issue, and getting my body to do what they want instead of what it wants has been an ongoing issue. Anyway, enough about that. So the spotting happened. Couple things that I am trying. I want to try red raspberry leaf tea to help tone my uterus and kind of help build up my uterine lining. And also I want to try bromelain during the time of my implantation. So I can't eat pineapple because I'm allergic to it. It makes my mouth, it burns my mouth, like all my soft tissues in there. I have actual like acid burns from it, so I can't eat it. So I got bromelain capsules, and it happens to be bromelain, ginger, and turmeric all together, which are all anti-inflammatory foods, I guess to say. So I'm going to be taking that, and I started taking it night before last, but I forgot last night. So tonight I'll get back on the ball and start taking that nightly with my nightly regimen. It's not recommended to take. They recommend for the bromelain itself to take it the 5 days around implantation. So 2 days before the expected implantation and 2 days after. So that's a 5-day span that they recommend it, and not to take it after that. So I'm probably gonna lay off of it after that, and then just use it once the pregnancy is established. Then just use it for joint pain relief, because that is one of the major benefits, is it reduces inflammation, which can help with joint pain and stuff like that. Another thing that I am gonna try to do, and I'm terrible, I've been trying it and I suck at it, is keeping my feet warm, which is kind of a Chinese medicine thing. Chinese medicine suggests that keeping your feet warm and staying cozy helps to keep the uterine environment nice and cozy and warm at an optimal temperature. We keep our house Arctic, and because we're both hot natured, but my feet are always freezing. So I'm trying to get better at keeping my feet warm, because yeah. So we're not in our transfer cycle yet. I'm still trying. I think maybe I'll be a little bit more serious about it as we get closer, and as the actual process impacts my day more. I think it'll keep it more to the forefront of my mind. I'm just a busybody, or I'm either busy or being lazy. Either way, I'm not thinking about my feet. So I'm trying to get that under control. I think that's it. So I don't know if I'm gonna add on this every day. I probably will just come back every time there's something happens, like an update, and then I'll put it all together in one video probably. And yeah, I'll probably do it all in one video, because that's one thing that I haven't seen. Is I've only seen one video where the potential mother, I don't know, the woman who's going through IVF has covered the day to day in one video. So I'm gonna try that. I don't know how, like I said, I have about 2 weeks or so before I start STEM, so I'm not gonna be adding on to this every day. But when I get to that point, I'll probably do like a little couple minutes to explain what's going on, what symptoms I'm feeling, what steps are in my protocol, that kind of thing. I should be getting my calendar this week. So when I get my calendar, I'll probably come back and do a quick rundown. So that's it for now. Thank you for listening. And I will see you soon. Mwah.